Welcome to this video. Today I am going to be telling a fascinating story while you watch me make a pond and a really kind of bad house in Minecraft. This might be the start of a series where I just tell random jokes, random stories, just kind of talk about whatever I want. Maybe over Minecraft. I kind of started doing that a little bit with Power Wash Simulator, but we'll see which one I like more, which one you guys like more. So, on to the story. Alright, so first thing is a story that is a little bit gossipy. So I feel like every high school has just that one wild thing that if you just hit a slight reference to, everyone is going to understand it. Whether it's like some of the freshmen that just came in, the seniors, and this one especially applied to my grade, the juniors at the time. So I'm going to call it the Great Elevator Scandal. Now, the these are two people that I'm definitely not going to drop names. No, I never really knew them. Well, I knew one of them really closely in like elementary school, but a lot of time passed since then. And these two people, they were a couple, like typical high school boyfriend, girlfriend, walk each other to class, probably talked and text constantly. And they've been dating I want to say a few weeks at this point, maybe a month. So the thing about my school, and I'm assuming this applies to most places, not just schools, is that, well, maybe not, but elevators, front office was alerted with like when someone goes into an elevator and it shows when they get off. I don't think there's not a camera inside the elevator. There's just like a sensor that tells you whether or not like someone's in there and stuff. And so I'm assuming someone from the front office noticed that someone, or maybe multiple people, and especially this case, got onto the elevator and they were not getting off. They weren't going up, they weren't going down, but yet again, they sure were going down in there. Someone got sent there to go check on them, and there they were in the elevator. Now, rumor has it that they were doing the devil's deed. They were really getting down. They were trying to give their parents some grandchildren, and both of them have claimed that they were not doing that. So I've been believing that they were just making out. Like, yeah, so that's still kind of gross, but it's a lot more acceptable than what they are rumored to be doing. However, it's a high school. Everyone's just going to assume immediately that they were up to some shenanigans and there's some absolute devious thing. Everyone thinks they were doing it, getting laid, up to some funny business, making love, having that hanky-panky tapping ass, shaking those sheets, jumping bones, knocking boots, shagging, screwing, nailing, boning, banging, dawdling, boinking, and shit-hupping. They were baking the potato, buttering a biscuit, putting the bread in the oven, having the horizontal refreshment, sending out for sushi, planning the parsnip, doing squat thrusts in the cucumber patch, doing some bedroom rodeo, basket making, doing the devil's dance, hot yoga, parallel parking, rolling in the hay, wetting the willy, bumping uglies, and such. Now, with something like this happening, everyone is obviously going to talk about it for at least a little while during and after their suspension. But like with every trend or fad or joke, it disappears after a while and nobody talks about it anymore. At least that's what should have happened. Let's give the two names. Let's call them Tom and Caitlin. Tom was pretty quiet about the situation. He didn't post to social media or talk to anyone about it, which is probably the fastest way to make people forget about something so he can return to his normal life. People on social media should probably take note of that. However, Caitlin took a bit of a different approach. An Instagram page was created It's called something like High School This Happened at Truth, which, it's a, sure, why not? Great name. So it was called something like that. The name of the Instagram page kind of reminded me of Donald Trump's Truth Social anyway. I think it did for a few others at my school too. There were three separate posts of screenshots taken from a notes app, like that Instagram notes app. Not Instagram notes, iPhone notes. I'm stupid. Hold on. Reading off, and it read off the details of the incident from Caitlin's telling. She claimed that nothing that anyone was saying was true, that everyone was absolutely disgusting, and that she would never put his juicy cock in her 5 feet from her math class. Okay, I might have added in that last part myself. She told everyone what a great person Tom is and why she was so in love with him. She never went into detail about what they did. She never mentioned why they were suspended. Nobody besides the two of them truly knows what happened in that elevator. Maybe it's possible they got suspended for using the elevator and just staying in there, getting in the way of disabled students and staff that may actually need it. They were in there for a bit, long enough for someone to notice how long they're taking, then long enough for them to send someone to catch them. That's definitely enough time for me to finish anyway. It is worth mentioning that the suspension was only around 10 days. You'd assume that if they were truly getting down, they would be expelled. I don't know, I'm not a principal and I've never gotten in trouble for shagging on an elevator. The captions underneath the posts were like, "This is so sad for this happy, innocent couple. I hope this innocent couple is okay. Everyone is absolutely disgusting." It kind of read off like those charities that try to get you to donate to dogs as they record dogs like suffering in cages out in the cold and rain. So while it could be a close friend of Caitlin's posting it, it's pretty safe to assume that it was Caitlyn herself who posted it in an attempt to get more empathy and look more credible. It just kind of read like that. It could definitely be a friend of hers. But when they came back from suspension like a week later, Tom broke up with her. Caitlyn took this very badly, obsessing over him for weeks, trying to get other people to talk to him for her after he blocked her because she wouldn't leave him alone. She spent more time trying to get him back and getting over him than they were actually together. I feel a little bad for them. I especially feel bad for a friend of mine who was dating Tom before Caitlyn because people in the school didn't know that Tom moved on from her for Caitlyn so quickly. Many people thought it was my friend getting railed on the elevator by Tom, and she kinda got shit for it by other students. But comment down below what you think they were actually doing on that elevator. Also, comment down below whether you thought this was a fun story, whether you'd like other stories. Maybe I even read stories that aren't my own. Maybe I'll read them off of Reddit or other places. Also, rate the build. Tell me what I need to improve on in my building, and especially this build, because I'm a little unhappy with the house. I think the pond is pretty cute, though. So, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.